paid for $1,000 for my birthday dinner. They turned it into my sister's engagement. For moment matters more, Dad whispered. I smiled, took the mic, and cut power to the whole floor. Just screamed. My sister froze. And I was just getting started. Her moment matters more, Dad whispered. Behind his glass, like it was some kind of moral compass, as I just smiled, took the mic, and then shut down the power to the entire floor. The room erupted in shrieks, plates crashed, lights parted, the speakers let out a dying wheeze, and in the middle of it all my sister stood frozen, her engagement ring catching the last bit of ambient light. She looked like a deer in headlights. But me, I wasn't done. I was just getting started. 2 hours earlier, I was standing near the head table adjusting my tie and trying to convince myself this night was still about me, that maybe, just maybe, I hadn't just spent $4,000 on a dinner that had somehow been hijacked by people who claim to love me. Don't make this about you, okay? It deserves this moment that had snapped at me when I asked. Last not shouted why there were engagement balloons being hung next to the birthday cake. I paid for my own birthday cake. I remember how his breath smelled like scotch when he leaned in and set it, as if that gave him some kind of authority, and behind him Mom just adjusted the floral centerpiece with shaking hands, pretending not to hear. Your sister is getting engaged, she added, barely above a whisper. Can you not ruin it? I didn't say anything. Not then. I just looked around at the rendered event hall, the caterers. I hired the custom playlist. I'd spent 2 days making the open bar with drinks I couldn't even afford to order myself. Last year, every penny came from me, every detail planned by me, because, after years of swallowing disrespect in silence, I thought foolishly that turning 30 might finally earn me a little dignity. Instead, my father toasted her. My mother brought out a cake that read to love and new beginnings. My sister Emma squealed when Zach dropped to one knee right in front of the 6-foot happy birthday John sigh. She had the audacity to cry, and I just waited calm, patient, until the DJ handed me the mic and said, you want to say a few words? Oh, I did, and the lights went out. You don't wake up one day and realize your family doesn't love you. You feel it slowly, like water damage under a floorboard. The room still books fine until your foot goes through. Growing up, I always thought I was the one who had to hold things together. Emma, she was the one who deserved things, at least that's how Mom used to put it. She's fragile, she needs help, she's not as strong as you. What they really meant was use your strength for, and shut up about it. I was 20 when I paid her from credit card bill just until she finds work. Mom, it said I was 24 when I co-signed for her Carla. She can't build credit without help. That added I was 27 when I bailed her out of a lease her roommate left. Suddenly Emmett texted like I was her personal crisis line. May never paid me back, not once, not even gratitude. Last year, I set my parents $800 when their water heater broke. The month after that, I paid him a vet bill for her Pomeranian, the one she couldn't afford, but had to have for her mental health, and the year before that I covered the security deposit on her new apartment after she needed a fresh start following yet another breakup. They told me I was kind, dependable, but they treated me like an ATM with a heartbeat. And yet I still love them, or maybe I love the version of them I kept rebuilding in my head, which is why when I turned 30 I thought maybe, just maybe, they show up for me. For once I spent months saving. I booked the venue myself. Alf arranged a dinner with 40 guests, some friends, some family, a few co-workers. I paid for the cake, the photographer, the little handwritten thank you cards at each place setting. I even bought him a new dress when she said she couldn't find anything that made her feel pretty. And guess who showed up 40 minutes late, reeking of perfume and drama? With a fresh French manicure and a ring box in her back, she walked in clinging to Zach's arm like she was about to win a reality show, and Mom's eyes lit up before she even saw me. Oh, show them, she whispered like a girl at prom. Zach looked so uncomfortable. Per guy, he didn't even know by the time dinner was served it was clear they were hijab. Jackie, my birthday, the servers brought out champagne. Dad raised his glass to new chapters. he said, smiling directly at Emma. Nobody toasted me, not one word, not a card. And the mic them took it first. She stood in front of everyone, my guests, and gave a speech about finding love, about overcoming hardship. IP about how this was the beginning of a beautiful forever. She ended with this, might be my brother's birthday, but love doesn't wait for the perfect moment. People actually clapped. I saw one of my friends look at me with this awkward half smile, like, are you okay? I nodded, of course I nodded. That's what I do, smile, swallow it. Pretend, but something inside me snapped, especially when I saw the group chat on saxophone, while he stepped away for a moment. I wasn't even snooping, it lit up. He was in a family group thread with my parents, and the name Our Real Once inside, where messages like is used to being in the background. Don't worry, John's not going to make us see. He never does. This is him as night, not his. You should be grateful. We even included him. I took a screenshot. Then I scrolled up, and I saw something that nearly made me drop the phone. 2 weeks before the dinner, my mom had since sent a message. We were going to cancel the whole birthday thing, but since you're proposing, we figured we could still use the VIN. You used the venue, the one I paid for. That's when the laughter stopped in my head. That's when I knew this wasn't thoughtless. It was designed. They used my money, my event, my milestone to crown my sister queen. And I knew what I had to do. I excused myself from a table, went to the back room, found the event manager, flipped him 100. It told him to let me handle the mic and give me access to the panel. Are you sure? He asked. I smiled. Oh, I'm very sure you already know what happened next. I took the mic, looked directly at my parents, my sister, the glowing, deluded faces of everyone who thought this was her night, and I cut the power. The music died, the like. It went black. The only thing left was my voice echoing through the dark like a blade. If this is him as night, then she can pay for it. Then I dropped the mic, and the truth that was nothing compared to what was coming. There's a special kind of silence that falls after a power cut, not the darkness, the pause, the breath people take before they scream. That's what filled the room. Is my sister's big engagement moment, short-circuited in front of dozens of blinking, whispering guests, and right in the middle of it, I walked back to the mic stand calmly like a best man giving a toast. I grabbed the emergency mic, the one that wasn't hope, to the floor, sound system turn on the battery pack, and let my voice roll through the static. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me on what was supposed to be my birthday. Someone chuckles nervously. Another guest whispered, wait, what's happening? And Emma, she was standing frozen, blinking, her mouth parted, just slightly caught in the headlights. I know many of you came here for dinner, drink. Thanks, and what you thought was an engagement party. And that's fair, you were sold one. But here's the thing, none of this was planned for my sister. Every dollar, every reservation, every bottle of wine you're sipping, I pay for it, not as a gift, as a celebration of turning 30, my 30, not him as fairy tale. The lights flickered back on. Not the music, not the glamour, just basic overheads, harsh, honest. They made everything feel more real. This is my party, and my family turn it into a marketing event for him as relationship. I turned to my father. Dad, when you whispered her moment matters more, do you know what I heard that mine never did? Never has he stood up John enough. No, I don't think it is, I said louder now, because since we're all here, let's talk about it. Up, all my phone out of my pocket, and tapped the screen. The projector behind me meant for my birthday montage lit up, but instead of photos of me through the years, I cast the screenshot from saxophone. Our real once, gasps, real ones this time. Then I flipped through the thread, every message, every laughing dismissal of me, every moment of planning how they'd co-op my party to make it special for Emma. This is your family, I said flatly, or at least who you consider family. My mother's face turned to stone. I look. Did you know they cancel my cake? Order to fit your budget. He blinked. What? Yeah. They replaced it with that appointed behind me, a cake that says to love in new beginnings, that I paid for. More whispers. Emma stepped forward. Okay, well, is this seriously about a cake? I turned to her, slow and deliberate. No, this is about a pattern, and I think it's time everyone sees it. I pulled a small hard drive from my jacket pocket and plugged it into the laptop. The screen flicked again. Folder name emo on. Edit subfolders. X1X to fake messages. Family gaslight. Oh. My God, Zach, said you. He didn't just use me, I said, eyes locked on my sister. You tried to erase me. You created fake screenshots, fake voice notes. You even edited messages to make me look like I was threatening you. His eyes were wide, now pale. The color had drained from her face that night. You told Mom and Dad I said I hated you, that I would. Toxic. I pulled the data. You made that entire message and Photoshop. She opened her mouth. No words came. And you sent it to them. You sold them alive so you could have more money, more control. I clicked the next folder, opened the voice memos, played one. It was choppy, stitched together, my voice repeating your nothing. These hated you, but the audio quality didn't match. Anyone could hear the cuts. It was laughable, except they believed it. My dad stepped forward. This doesn't prove anything. I turned to him. No. Then maybe this will uphold. Another document up on the screen, a scan letter from the loan company signed with his name in my social security number. This was the loan you opened in 2022. You forged my identity to Coast sign. And when I confronted you, you begged me to drop it. I did. I shouldn't have. Gasps turned into silence again. Then came the final blow. Zach, you're probably wondering why I pushed so hard to do this tonight. Well, here's an audio file I received last week. I wasn't going to play it, but I think you deserve it. I click play. His voice will use John's event. He's too desperate to be loved to stop us. Zach will propose all the perfect. I want that ring in every single photo. Zach flinched. His hands trembled. I thought we were doing this together, he said softly. I thought you wanted me. His face shattered. Zach. No, wait. He shook his head and turned around, walked out, didn't even look back. My mom tried to stand. Her hands shook. John, this could have been private. I stared at her. No, Mom. You taught me to be silent, to swallow it. But tonight I celebrate me, not the ghost version of me. Wanted the real one, the one who doesn't owe you anything anymore. Then I raised my glass to freedom and left them sitting in the flickering light of their own wise. They say silence is peace. But in the days after I blew up my own birthday party, silence felt like a funeral, not mine. There's the next morning. I woke up to 37 missed calls. The first was from on the last was from a number labeled "Do not answer." My dad texts flooded in. You humiliated your family. This is how you repay us. We were just trying to celebrate love. It didn't text. She posted a black screen, white text, betrayal, always stay. Earth with the people you trust most with a broken heart. Emoji. I laughed. But it wasn't joy, it was powerful. Once I control the narrative. I didn't reply. I opened my laptop and uploaded everything, not to some gossip page, not to Reddit, not anonymously, to my personal website, the portfolio side I built for free. Lance Consulting. Right on the homepage is section titled Context Matters. There I posted screenshots of the group chat, calling me expendable. The audio of them are planning to hijack my party. The loan document forged by my father. The fake messages Emma created. Even the invoice for the birthday party. Every item listed. Every dollar. I didn't need to scream. I just laid it all out. No rage. No tears. Just facts. Then I sent one email to everyone who attended that night. Some of you probably left the party confused. Some clapped, some whispered. This is what really happened. Within 24 hours, my inbox exploded. People I hadn't spoken to in years. I had no idea you handled it with more class than I ever could. You inspired me to set boundaries with my own family. Even Zach emailed just one line: thank you for showing me who she really was. I owe you. I didn't answer. I didn't need to. I was done with explanations. Instead, I focused on building. A week later, I launched my own platform, a newsletter and consulting service for people dealing with toxic family dynamics, how to cut ties, set boundaries, and stay sane. It was called The Uninvited: How to Reclaim Your Own Party. Subscriptions started rolling in, being sponsorship offers, then an interview on a podcast about personal empowerment, then a call from a producer who'd seen the website and wanted to talk about turning it into a series. Meanwhile, my parents kept posting, kept spiraling. Dad uploaded a selfie video on Facebook standing in front of their house. Sometimes your kids grow up and forget where they came from. That's okay. You can still pray for them. Even the selfish. Once he got 14 likes free were bought. One was Emma. Then came the second wave. Uncle Greg messaged me, "Pay your mom's worried sick." She sang. The loan company sent letters. I might lose her job over this if it gets around. I replied with one sentence, "Should have thought of that before she committed digital fraud." Being blocked. His number. Mom tried one more time. She emailed me, "We never meant to hurt you. We just assumed you'd understand. You always do." I forwarded the email to my spam folder and smiled, because I was no longer understanding. I was unavailable. That same week I filed an official complaint with the loan company. Yay, in the credit bureau's my lawyer, the one I'd helped get through her early IT certification back in college, drafted a cease and desist letter. We added damages, fraud, intent and identity theft to the claim. Their assets froze. 2 days later, their bank reached out. Their mortgage went under review. I didn't do it to destroy them. They too right to silence me. I found my voice instead. Then I made one last move, the final nail, about a billboard, not in their city, not downtown, right next to their neighborhood on the main road everyone takes to get to the grocery store. It read, "Happy 30th to me. Thanks for teaching me the price of silence, John." People haunt. Took photos. The post went viral. Emma deleted all her social media within 24 hours, and me, I sat in my apartment, lights low, music playing, no texts, no noise, no obligations, no more helping hands that ended up as shackles, just peace. I used to think forgiveness with strength. Now I no boundaries. It's been 3 months since that night, the party, the mic, the blackout, the broadcast. 3 months since I watched my family fall apart under the weight of their own manipulation. And you know what? I sleep like a stone. No more midnight calls asking for money. No more guilt tax from Emma that start with just one more favor. No more dad pretending to be a victim in a war he started. It's quiet now, and I love the quiet my apartment has changed to. I finally bought furniture I liked now, what they would have approved if I painted one of the walls deep navy. My friend said it made the place feel like a statement. They were right. Every morning I drink coffee by the window and watch people on the street below. I don't wonder what my mom's cooking. I don't care if my sister got a new job or lost another one. I don't check my phone every 5 minutes waiting for the next emotional ambush. I live alone, not lonely alone. There's a difference. The consulting business took off faster than I expected. Turns out there are thousands, no millions of people like me, people who were the good kid, the helper, the fixer, the one who understood while everyone else took a now. Now they're done. To one of my clients sent me a message that still gives me chills. Your story gave me permission to walk away from my mother's funeral. I realized I was only grieving the parent I wished I had. That's when I knew I wasn't just surviving, I was leading. And my family, they're still spiraling. 2 weeks ago, I got a certified letter from my father's lawyer, more bark than bite, threatening to sue me for defamation unless I took the website down. I framed it on it right above my desk. The next to it, I pinned a printout of the group chat screenshot with our real ones at the top, a reminder, a souvenir from the life I escaped. Emma tried texting me last month from a new number. "Hey, I heard about your business. I think it's really cool what you're doing. Maybe we could talk sometime." I sent one reply, "New phone, who dis?" Then blocked her again. I wasn't being petty, I was being precise, because here's the thing they never understood: you can forgive someone and still want nothing to do with them. You can love someone once and still walk away forever. And me, I don't hate them. I just refuse to carry them anymore. This morning, I went down to the cafe below my building. The barista smiled and said, "Saw you on that podcast. You're the blackout birthday guy, right?" I laughed. "Yeah, that's me." She handed me my drink, a sticky note on the culprit, "Happy birthday, for real this time." I left $100 tip. Then I walked across the street past the shop I just rented my next venture. Co-working space for people building businesses. Without help, I'm calling it mic drop slogan, say your piece, then build your piece. And just to really drive the point home, I ordered a custom neon sign for the entrance. It reads "Her moment mattered more" in quotation marks. Right below it, "Not anymore." I still get emails, some kind, some cruel, some from relatives trying to crawl back into irrelevance. I let them sit in the inbox like ghosts tapping on glass. I don't answer because I'm done being the guy who explains himself. I'm done being the guy who's expected to be okay with betrayal now. I'm just the guy who walked away. And